Hi, I'm Doug.
And I'm Cathy.
And this is Maggie Mae. Join us as we follow the moon. Today, we are exploring some beautiful area near Payson, Arizona. We're actually staying in Mesa, and we're going to start off bringing the drive across Route 87 to Payson. Beautiful ride, and once we get here, you won't believe some of the things that we're going to find.
It's pretty cool.
Come along. Now the drive itself is pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
Highway 87, as soon as you leave Mesa, this is what it looks like. You're in the hustle bustle of the city type traffic, and all of a sudden it drops off to nothing, and you've got this beautiful, beautiful scenery.
It is all of a sudden.
And you see the saguaros out there. I love the cactus. Doesn't look like big city anymore.
No. And there's where we're headed.
There are areas that the mountains are grassed over. There are areas when they are just like gigantic rock piles.
Yeah.
It constantly changes as you go across there. The drive itself from Mesa to Payson is probably about an hour, and it's all real good road.
There were some grades on it, right?
Yes, yeah, there were some uphill and downhill grades going across. But the terrain just changes constantly as you go across there.
You could get lost out there.
Very, very easily. But yeah, just absolutely beautiful scenery. It's a great drive. If you do nothing else, it's worth it just to take the drive over to Payson and back.
Oh, yeah.
But we had some exploring to do.
A little bit.
Our first stop was at Shoofly Village Ruins. This is in part of the Tonto National Forest. This is a very easy walk. It's all paved, and signage all the way around this park will give you a lot of the history on these ruins. And most of what is left is foundational ruins. But you'll see square rooms. I think they said there was around 80 rooms in this area.
I think there were some round ones as well.
There are some round areas as well as the square rooms. There's one of the round ones.
Yeah. Now this is kind of on a rise over the rim.
Mm-hmm.
The Mogollon.
I believe that's
rim.
Yeah. Now next up was Water Wheel Falls. This is just a short ways up the road, maybe 5 or 10 minutes up the road from Shoofly. And the waterfalls here are beautiful.
Oh, it was really pretty. And they did have a sign to not feed the bears, but they didn't say anything about the bulls.
That's right. Real nice trail back here that goes along the water. This was what attracted me to it. You don't see the name James Greer often, and for those of you who know me, that was my uncle's name. So I had to see the water wheel, which he didn't have anything to do with it, to the best of my knowledge. But
it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was large. Mm-hmm. It was one of the biggest diameter ones we've seen. While I was up shooting that, Cathy was down by the river and she turned around and saw this bull right there.
Yep. And we were out on a slanted rock at the water.
And by we, her and Maggie.
Yeah.
And luckily Maggie was being on her best behavior and not barking.
And so was the bull.
And he let us all go on our way.
That's right.
So as you go on back the path, you still hear the water, you still see it. There's some areas that are real calm that shoot off of that river.
I just love the reflection.
Mm-hmm. There's some area back in further back that you have to kind of go across some rocks to get to it, but it's beautiful back in the canyon. And the leaves were starting to turn.
Oh, it was so pretty.
So nice. Now from there we took a short drive over to Pine, Arizona, and this is Pine Creek Canyon Lavender Farm. And they have their big cuttings in July. It was July 6th this year. But they leave one field, this one right here at the entrance, and it was actually going to be harvested the day after we were there.
The very next day, yeah.
But they do some incredible lavender products. They're all made there locally. They had lavender chocolate chip cookies.
They were so good.
That were really good.
It was late in the day, and we bought 2 of the 3 that were left. We should have taken that last one.
We should have, because they didn't make it too far down the road. This old cabin was on the property.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
Now next up, we're taking Highway 188 south off of 87. This is Theodore Roosevelt Lake, and this is a beautiful long lake. It probably goes 10 miles, 12 miles along the road, and this over here is the dam that created that lake.
And there were a couple of really cool bridges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which we wanted to see the lake. It's a beautiful area, but we also kind of came down this road for a purpose, and just about a mile south of that dam you'll come to the Tonto National Monument. When you arrive, the visitor center is there to take the trail. You go through the visitor center. The trail goes up about 350 feet in elevation in a half a mile. It is all paved. It's got that like sandy stuff on it.
Yeah, it's almost like sandpaper on top of the concrete.
So you don't have any problem with traction, but you'll see cave dwellings up there.
It was beautiful. It was kind of late in the day too, so we kind of hurried up there. But oh my gosh, it was just worth it, and you're huffing and puffing.
But at least it's all downhill on the way back to the car.
That's right.
There you can see the lake out in the distance.
That was such a sight too.
Now this cliff dwelling is about 20 rooms, and it was the smaller of 2. There is another cliff dwelling that's 40 rooms that is only open Fridays and Saturday for a 3-hour guided tour each day. We were there the very end of October, and they were already booked through April. So it's something, if you're going to do and you want to do that 3-hour hike, definitely get your name in ahead of time for it.
Now Maggie was able to be with us up to the ruins, but not in the ruins. So we took turns once we got up there, and took turns going in and checking it out.
And we backpacked her going up, and then she walked coming down.
Yeah,
so.
or ran.
Yeah. But this is nice. You can actually go through the ruins.
And the guy had pictures and was able to tell us a lot about it as well.
They do keep a ranger posted up there, not only for the security of the site, but also to give you a little bit of insight as to what you're seeing.
Yeah. It was beautiful. One of the nicest ones I've seen.
Yeah, it really was. I didn't see it when I was up there, but you were telling me that they had pictures of this site.
Oh yeah, from 1916 and 1969, I think.
Now the Forestry Service took this over in 1933, and they took it over because it was going into disrepair. It was getting
People
some
were
graffiti.
taking artifacts too.
Yeah.
What a view.
Yeah, very, very pretty view. The larger cliff dwelling you cannot see from this property, but it is still on this property. And it's kind of laid out in two separate sides. You can kind of go in the right-hand side and then go across to the left. But this is what the original layout of all the rooms look like. So we went, with the ranger's advice, 1 mile south of the National Monument on 188, there is a scenic viewpoint. And if you park there and look up on the hill, you'll actually see the upper cliff dwelling, the larger one of the two.
Morning would be the best time to see it because we were looking right into the sun and it was pretty shaded.
Mm-hmm. Well, Cathy, our journey started off on Highway 87 going from Mesa to Payson, but we found all this stuff in between. What did you think?
I think this is pretty amazing. It's going to be a good start to being in Arizona.
Absolutely. It's been a really neat little road trip here. Easy to cover it in a day's time, especially if you don't get lost, go down the wrong road. So with that, if you've enjoyed the video today, leave us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed, watch for the button up here at the end of the video. If you'll tap that, you can ring the notification bell, and YouTube will let you know every time there's a new video out.
And thank you for following us as we follow the moon.